for. And also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so as not to miss new videos, and like this video if you like this game.
I really hope we get an imposter. I haven't played it for a very long time. By the way, I'm playing today. And if I get an imposter, I can show how good I am at this game. I will kill the entire crew, and no one will even suspect me of being a murderer. Guys, write in the comments who you like to play for more, crewmate or imposter. Although I think everyone loves playing as an imposter. Oh my god, that stupid crewmate again. This is so boring. Why am I so unlucky? I will have to complete tasks and think who the killer is, and also walk in fear. It just sucks.
What a pity that Jax won't be able to show what a noob he is. Okay, relax, but you don't have to think and try. Your hands will remain dry. Although maybe they will sweat, because it's difficult for a noob like you to play, even as a crewmate.
Jax, ignore her. She's trying to hurt you again. Remember when you calm down. He apologized to you a bunch of times. He was to blame. There is no need to take revenge on him or try to make fun of him. We're making a video and we don't have to fight. We should only talk about the game. So shut your mouth. And you, Jax, better tell us what strategy you will play.
Okay, so I will follow my super secret strategy. Only I know about it, and now you will know too. And all our viewers. Alright, that's okay. I will complete tasks and do it as quickly as possible. I must complete all tasks, preferably before the second death. After I complete everything, I will watch the cameras. You need to do this long enough for all players to see who the cameras are glowing red. Then I'll immediately run to admin, and there I'll see how many people there are in a certain room. Then the killer will see that I have left the cameras and he will kill someone. And at this time I will see how many people were in this room. And then I won't do anything because I don't have any tactics. Who comes up with tactics anyway? Do I look like a loser who, how to play Among Us? I have more important things to do. I'll just play the way I want.
Ha 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 ha! Okay, you're right. Why invent something if you can play for fun? After all, games are made for this. By the way, can someone tell us how Among Us was created? I'll be honest, I don't know anything about this game, so I'm interested to know who invented it and how they came up with it. I really like her.
I also really like this game. Among Us is a very interesting game. I feel like Sherlock Holmes when I play it. In essence, this is the same as the board game Mafia, but it is made a little differently. By the way, there is a mode where there are roles. That is, you can not only be peaceful, but also have a profession. For example, the sheriff. The sheriff can move through the ventilation. This is very cool. So, I also don't know how Among Us was created, so I won't be able to say anything. Kane, you know something?
Oh shit, Blue is not an imposter. Crap, I made a mistake. Who is the imposter then? Okay, sorry. Kane seemed to want to say something.
That's right, I wanted to say something. So, girls, you have come to the right person. I prepared for this video, and I know very well how this game was created. And now I'll tell you this. Among Us is a game that burst into world pop culture, despite its modest content. The story of its creation began in 2018 in the Inner Sloth Studio, a small development team in which employees could meet at the dinner table. The idea for the game originated in the minds of 3 team members, Forrest Wilkinson, Marcus Bromander, and Forrest Wilkinson. At the beginning of development, the Inner Sloth team was working on another project, but it did not bring the desired results. Then, one of the developers suggested experimenting with an idea that involved searching for traitors on a spaceship. This idea seemed interesting to everyone, and the creative process began. Among Us was designed as a multiplayer game where players compete and work together to complete tasks. But there may be a traitor, imposter, among them, whose goal is to destroy the team and evade charges. The remaining players try to guess which of them is the traitor and get rid of him. Initially, the game had rather limited functionality and graphics, but it was launched on mobile devices in 2018. At that moment, it did not attract much attention from the gaming community, and did not gain much popularity. However, in 2020, 2 years after its release, Among Us suddenly exploded in popularity. This was due to the many streamers and vloggers who started streaming this game. Its unique game mechanics, funny moments during discussions, and the search for traitors became the basis for the viral spread of the game. Among Us exploded in popularity on streaming platforms, where famous streamers played with friends and created fun and unpredictable moments. The game was simple, but it allowed players to make different moves, discuss and analyze, communicate, and of course, cheat. This combination of elements of fun and unpredictability has captured the attention of many players. Innersloth was amazed by the sudden surge in interest in their game, and the team began actively working on updates to improve and expand the gameplay. The developers updated the graphics, added new maps and functions, improved the multiplayer system and protection against cheaters. They took feedback from the community and tried to make the game more interesting and fun for all players. Among Us was a prime example of how a small game with simple mechanics and funny moments could become an explosive hit thanks to the influence of streaming and social media. This was a real triumph for Innersloth, showing that games created with love and creativity can conquer the world and bring a lot of joy and fun to players around the world.
So, the imposter has already killed the third person. I was just in admin and saw how many people were in each room. Pink said that he found the body in security, and I saw that there were only 2 people in that room. It turns out that he was there and another player who was killed. Yes, everything fits together. He is the imposter. He killed the player and report himself.
It seems the other players believe you. Now he will fly far into space. Poor guy. Pray that he will be an imposter. If he turns out to be a crewmate, then most likely you will be kicked out next.
Oh my god! I was wrong again! I agree with you, Ragatha. I also think that I will be thrown out of this ship. But how? Who is the imposter then? Okay, while I'm playing, tell me a story. By the way, just recently we celebrated the new year. It's been 4 days already. How quickly time flies. Tell the story associated with this magical holiday.
Okay, I can tell you a story. Outside, snow was falling quietly, covering everything around with its white blanket. The candles on the tree flickered brightly, and the aroma of hot chocolate filled the air. New Year was approaching, and our family gathered together to celebrate it. It was a special time of year when the whole world seemed filled with magic and wonder. Our New Year's preparations began long before this evening. The tree was decorated with lights, tinsel, and shiny toys, and the table was set with goodies and delectable treats. While the adults were preparing dinner, the little children played games and drew. New Year's cards for family and friends. Everyone was expecting something special, excited and happy about the upcoming holiday. Evening arrived and we sat down to enjoy dinner. There was laughter and joyful conversations that filled our house. Fun and joy filled our hearts, and each of us experienced this evening in our own way. The time for gifts was approaching, and then the hour came when we all gathered around the tree. The gifts were arranged in beautiful packages, decorated with a bow and tinsel. Parents gave out gifts, and everyone had their place during this mysterious time. However, this year something unusual happened. Suddenly a strange sound was heard outside the window. It was an unusual noise, like the slight creaking of a fender or the quiet clank of wheels. We all stared out the window, surprised by this unexpected sound. And then, as if out of a fairy tale, in the yard in front of our house we saw a real sleigh, decorated with lights and shining patterns. On this sleigh sat the cheerful and mysterious Santa Claus in full beautiful attire, surrounded by garlands and shining stars. This was an unusual Santa Claus. It was not like the traditional ones we had seen before. He waved cheerfully to all of us and smiled his kind smile. Our whole family came out to greet him. "Hello, my dear friends!" The voice of Santa Claus rang out, awakening warm and joyful feelings in each of us. "I have come to wish you a happy new year and bring you good luck, joy, and happiness." He distributed gifts and gave us words of good wishes. But the most amazing thing happened when he took his bag and took out a large ancient scroll from it. There was a map drawn on it with adventure marks. "I have a special task for you, my dear friends," announced Santa Claus. "This map leads to a real miracle. Treasures hidden in the depths of our forest. I wish you good luck in this great adventure." The shining eyes of the children and the glances of the adults, full of surprise, were the answer to this unexpected turn of the evening. We got together, took our jackets and hats to go on this incredible journey. We spent the whole evening looking for these marks, following an old map intertwined with fairy tale signs. We found mysterious places, adventure stories, and each new place revived our imagination. Finally, we got to the last mark on the map and discovered the place where, according to Santa Claus, a real miracle was hidden. It was an ancient treasure, radiating light and joy like real magic. We returned home, but our hearts remained filled with feelings of surprise and joy. The unusual visit of Santa Claus and his unexpected adventure turned this new year into something special and magical, imprinting memories of an incredible journey and adventure in our hearts.
So after all, they kicked me out, and now is the moment that will decide everything. I'm sure it's green, what idiots. They vote for purple. Obviously it's green. Damn, looks like we lost.
Crap! Well, that's okay. Next time we will be able to win, but it's better if we get to play the role of an imposter. Well, you guys, write comments about what game you want to see in the next video. Subscribe to the channel so as not to miss new videos, and be sure to like. A huge hello to all our viewers, and today we are playing Geometry Dash again. We all love this game so much that we can't get out of it. It is really very interesting, colorful, and exciting, especially when you compete with friends from Digital Circus. By the way, guys, say hello!
Greetings to all our viewers. We are very glad that you visited our video again. Or maybe someone is watching us for the first time.
Hi all. I'm sure that many viewers are seeing us for the first time. I invite them to write in the comments whether they are watching us for the first time or have already seen our other videos.
I agree with you, Jax. Guys, write about it under this video, and also like this video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, otherwise you will miss the new video, and it will definitely be very interesting and funny.
What are we gonna do today?
Jax, don't play dumb. Don't you remember what levels we went through last time? So, in previous videos, we went through the first and second levels. We managed to collect 2 coins on each. And today, we will go through the 3rd level. It is called Polargeist. It is already more difficult than those 2 levels. I hope we can get through it, but I'm not at all sure about the coins.
If I forgot what level we are supposed to go through, it doesn't mean I'm stupid. Look at you, you're a jaw with eyes. Where is your brain anyway?
Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to listen to your stupid chatter. I want to remind you that there are many more levels in this game. Write in the comments which one we should go through next time. You can also write what game we should play. We will definitely read all your wishes and choose the best option.
Okay, enough talk already. Let's get down to business. So who will be first? But why am I asking? Let me start and show you how to